in my opinion, it's junk fishing time. When it starts getting cold, the fish are gonna move shallow, but they're not all gonna be doing the same thing. You know, some will be on docks, some will be on rock, wood, pads, grass, whatever. So I like to keep a handful of baits on the deck. We're just cruising around, running banks, but we just come off a nice rocky bank. I was cranking that, and we got a little 50-yard stretch of pads here. Pick up a chatterbait or spinnerbait, swim jig, something like that. Whatever kind of fits the cover you're fishing. If I rolled up on a dock, I'd probably pick up my jig, and when these pads end, I'll go back to that crankbait. But having a handful of different baits to fish the appropriate cover is kind of what you need to have. And you don't have to have a ton of stuff in the fall. It's pretty basic, old school power bass fishing. I don't fish a spinning rod a lot this time of year. Little guy on the chatterbait, but so that's just a nice bonus fish I wouldn't have caught cranking. Nothing special, but you don't know, that could have been a 5-pounder. To me, fall's all power fishing. I'm gonna keep it really simple. Big jig, something for the grass to wind, whether that's a spinnerbait, a buzz bait, swim jig, chatterbait, like I'm throwing here. And then crankbaits are always really good in the fall. And that's really all a guy needs. It's power fishing season in my eyes. It's all big line, big rods, heavy duty tackle. The fisher, when it gets to be this time of year, they're not sitting out on them deep spots that have been beat up all summer long. This isn't the place for the Nico rig or Ned head. A lot of these fish have spent all summer out deep, and you get them first couple cold fronts of the year and it just pushes everything to the bank. So you got fish that, kind of unfamiliar with their surroundings. They haven't been sitting on the same place for months at a time. Everything's fresh to them, and they're, it's the fall feed bag. Winter's coming up north, and that's when the fish are gonna, eat everything they can before the lakes freeze. So it's really a power fishing time of year for me. Like I said, very rarely pick up a spinning rod, largemouth fishing. Smallies are a little different, but this time of year I get on the bank and just cruise, power fish and junk fish. Anything that comes in front of me, like I said. Patterns aren't really the deal this time of year. It's just, fishing what's in front of you with the right tool. And that might be a crankbait, that might be a jig, that might be a chatterbait, but just attacking what's in front of you and not getting too attached to any one thing. Like, I know I'll catch fish on every single rod I got on the deck today. Just gotta know when to pick up what.